Hi everybody. This is the video that I've been telling you guys I was going to get done. So I'm going to be moving the camera down so you can see. I'm going to do the ball winder first, and we're actually going to wind a ball of the king coal I'm using on my elf coat. Here it is right here. This little thing here, you put this through the bottom of your skein. You put it on there and you can pull it. It pulls from the outside, and I'll be moving the camera so you can see. So alright, so I'm going to get this in position so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, right now I have the bottom band. When you're not using it, they say to take this band off so it doesn't stretch out. So all you do is you take it like this and stretch it like that, and it works. Then you take, see if I can bring it a little closer for you. Then you take this here. Let's see if we can get it up some more. You take the end of your, and you go over here to the eye, your guide, and you just wind it through like that. And in the top here, there's a little slit, and you put this right through like that. Okay. A lot of times what I do is I'll put a little knot in it in the end just to keep it from coming loose, because it will come loose sometimes, especially on the, like this is a slick yarn, and it just helps hold it in place a little better. There. And you always hold your yarn right here. Now the first few turns I always make slow until I get the tension tightened up, and then you just start winding. And this is a 100-gram skein, I believe. It is King Riot DK, and it is Water Lily. It's what I'm doing my elf coat in, which you will be seeing that because I'm going to demonstrate the Tunisian crochet hooks on it. But as you can see here how quiet this is, and it's a lot more ergonomically friendly than the one that you have that goes on the table to the side like this. I still have my Knit Picks plastic winder. That one I'll be using for the smaller skeins for socks and stuff, because it's great for the socks. But wait till you see the beautiful ball thing. I'll start getting this going here. Excuse me. I think there's, I forget how many yards. Once we get it done, we'll see how many yards there are. But this way you'll see how long it actually takes to do a 100-gram ball. And this is like a roving, but it's a number 4, 3 to 4. And the little thing, you're having trouble. See, I'm just going to stop here for a second. I'm just going to turn this so you can see just how this is working here. I'll bring it more into your view so you can see it. Let's see if we can get it. I don't have all the fancy overhead setups that other people have, but there you go. See, and it just pulls from the outside and it spins. Makes it a lot easier when you're doing the skein. And it also saves from getting knots. I have used that to crochet, knit or crochet from before I got all of the fancy things there. But like I said, this ball winder I think is one of the best investments that I did. And it's very quiet. Now I don't have it clamped real tight. This is not the right table. It's just my card table. It's where I do tutorials. But I'm going to do a better setup for it. So, but even with the C-clamp, I mean the clamp that came with it on it, it's still not, you know, doing bad. It stays pretty secure on the table. And when I go to upload the video, I will speed this up as I'm doing it, and you won't have to watch me run the whole ball, but I'm just showing you how long it takes that you can do a 100-gram skein, and I'll give you the yardage once we're done with this, to wind this into a beautiful cake. And I have to say that the cake is really pretty itself. You've seen the balls that, you know, the regular winder does, and I'll show you the difference, because I do have one down here in my bag that the elf coat's on that I had done. Okay, this is getting down here, so we may get a knot here, but we'll see. I have found that once you start winding this here, if it seems like it's skipping, then like I just did there. I didn't have good tension on the yarn, and it kind of gets, you know, a little wonky down there. Just put that there. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, that was my fault. I didn't keep good tension on the yarn, but as you can see, the ball's less than half the size. So we shouldn't take us long to finish this. And then I will give you a close-up to show you what it looks like. And I'm trying to do this in one take. And I'm using my camcorder, so my camera is set is for tutorials. I don't know how well it would do on this tripod here, so that's why I decided to just use my camcorder. And we're coming down to the last nitty-gritty of this skein of yarn, and as you notice, it hasn't taken very long. Less than 5 minutes maybe. And I'm not even going full bore on this. As you can see, I'm not going too fast. That counterbalance does a beautiful job at maintaining the balance on the ball. I have found on my other one that I've had balls fly off. Okay, we're getting down to the end here, and it's pulling out of the way there. Yeah, got a little bit of a knot here. Okay, I'm just gonna put this up so you can see the ball, and we're coming down to the end here. Just have to slow down so you don't get tangled up. And we're done. Okay, what I do is I take my yarn, I take the end. I have a crochet hook here that from Hobie, but it's bent, but I just use this for when I'm making cakes. And I take it, I run it through a few of the layers, and then I take my end and I pull it through like that. When you take your cake off, you take your centerpiece, your center that you tied, hold on to it, and you just slide it off. And there is your cake. Now I'm going to show you the difference between this and the cake that I did on my other Knit Picks winder. Okay, I just got to be careful because it's in a bowl here. Oh no, this one was done also on the... Nope, I did this one on my signature. But you can see the different patterns. It just makes a pretty ball. But I would recommend this one 100%. It's an awesome winder. It works beautifully. It's quiet. There's no gears to get your yarn caught up in. Here I am. Look at my funny face. And like I said, I waited for it to go on sale. And I got it. So, but this, I needed to get this done anyways because I've got it. This is what was left from when I was working on the skirt. I got the 3 rows done of the border around the thing, and then I've got 2 more here I want to cake up, so they're ready to go. But that's the winder. Now, it just so happened when I was waiting, and it's a good thing I waited to do the review on the Denise Interchangeables. This is the original set. This is the Denise Originals, okay? This is the pink cord. And $5 from the purchase of this. Now these were $50, $49.95 US right from Denise. Not even on sale. This is just what they were. And I went ahead and I ordered, there is a set that you can order. You can order longer cords, which I need for the elf coat. And this you get 4 of them, and you get a 24-inch, a 30-inch, a 40-inch, and a 52-inch, which I have on the elf coat. And the price on, I think it was $21 for that set. So it wasn't a bad deal, and I got I ordered a swatch gauge because I'm doing more and more swatching now. I ordered your 4-inch. It shows your 4-inch wash gauge, and I have it backwards. So, and it's by Acroworks, and I got this from the Denise site, but I'll list all this in the description box. So, now these hooks. Now I did my Tunisian void shawl with it, and I have to say, if you look at these hooks and the size is right there, it's like etched in on the plastic, and that's what the plastics looks like. And there's a little thumb grip here you have to connect them. Now I'm just going to use a small one. I'm going to put this up here. You put this in, okay, you line it, put it in like that. You'll see a little hole there. I think that is for a lifeline, actually. You take it, turn it a 1/4 click, and it locks it into place clockwise. To undo it, 1/4 click, and it comes apart. What I like about the case is everything has its place. Everything snaps in. Okay. And this like I said, this goes all the way up to a 15 millimeter. Okay, 15 millimeter or size 19. There's nothing. The joins don't catch it. I mean, this is a smooth join. This is with the big needle. It's a smooth join. I have no problems when I glide my yarn getting hooked on it. And it has the grips here, and then it has a thumb grip here and a finger grip there. Whether you butter knife hold or you hold pencil, you have the grips that are in place for your thumb and your forefinger. I bounce back and forth between them, and sometimes I even grip it like this. Most of the time I crochet like this. So again, 1/4 turn counterclockwise, disconnects. And the sizes for this are US size F or 3.75 millimeter, a G 4 millimeter. It even has one for the 7, which is the 4.5 millimeter, which doesn't have a letter assigned to it. The H, which is your 5 millimeter, your I, your 5.5 millimeter, J, your 6 millimeter, K is your 6.5 millimeter, L, 8 millimeter, M, 9 millimeter, N, 10 millimeter, and then it has your size 17, size 19, which is 12 and 15 millimeter. Pretty colors. You can get them also in the bright neon, like a bright colors, but I like the pastels. And the only reason, and all the cords fit. You can get I ordered the lavender cords. I just thought it goes pretty with the pink. And I have the whole set. I'm probably going to end up ordering a case for these. Oh, I know I wanted to tell you. I hooked up one of my connectors. Before these came, I had to hook two of the longest cords together to do the void shawl because there was 331 stitches on it. And my connector, I don't know if you can see it, is cracked. So I emailed them. They got back to me within a day, and they said, "What, is it the cord or whatever?" So what the problem was, they wanted to rectify it and get me a replacement part out right away. So I emailed her back, said, "No, it was only the connector. Do you need me to send you pictures? Do you need me?" She says, "No." She says, "I have everything." She says, "A new connector is on its way to you." So I have to say, Denise stands behind their product, and their customer service was awesome. DeniseKnits.com. I mean, it's knitdenise.com, and this will all be in the description box. So I have to say that I am super love this company. And they do have other stuff that I'm looking at. I don't need any knitting needles because of the because I have, you know, 2 sets of interchangeables, both Clover Takumis, and I have the Knitter's Pride, or Knit Picks, Knit Picks options. God, I couldn't think for a second there. So that is, you know, the Denise hooks. I'm going to give you a demonstration how they work, but just so you see this thing here, I got this at Michael's for a couple of years ago when I first got back into knitting, and this, I mean, this is all there is to it. It's even got a, this is called a yarn valet, and it's got centimeters and inches at the bottom here. So, and it's got some holes here. If you are using colors, there's all different things that you can do with this. So I'll put all these in the description box. Now I'm going to move this so I'm going to be able to turn the camera down so I can show you. I'm just setting up to show you how, a little bit with the elf coat, so you can see it working. On the bottom of this, it's got 6 little plastic or silicone legs. Really keeps it steady. Now I'm going to put this is what I do my tutorials with, because it's a white background and it's easier to see. Okay, so let me get me set up here, and so I hopefully, like I said, I'm not a professional at this. I don't edit my videos. I just, you know, let you see it as it happens. That's the way we roll here. Okay, so I'm going to take my ball of yarn, and I'm going to put it in my yarn bowl. This is a birthday present to me a couple of years ago by Kathy, my best friend, and that goes in there. Now I do not run mine through. If you look right here, my husband dropped it and cracked it, but I did fix it. I don't run it through here because this has a lot of fuzz on it. I just pull from here. Okay, this has gotten very big. Okay, this has gotten very big, and I'm going to show you. I have the 6.5 hooked to the 52-inch cord. This is a 52-inch cord, and there's the 6.5 hooked to it. I like the way the deepness of the hook, especially on Tunisian. When you're doing your return pass, it makes things so much easier. Now, I am getting ready to pick up the stitches. I will pause the camera, go across, and then I'll show you coming back to the return pass once I get that done. So I'm just going to lower the camera down here a little bit so you can see what it's. Like I said, this thing is huge. Once I finish this, I'll kind of put it together so you can see what it looks like. But I'm going to put this down so you can see, and I'm going to zoom it in a little bit so you can see how this works. I'm going to tighten down my yarn, and what I'm doing is the Tunisian knit stitch, so I'm just going to zoom it in a little bit so you can see. Okay, so I'm doing the Tunisian knit stitch here, and you I don't know how good this is going to be here. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to try to do the best I can this way. You just go in between your stitch and you pull up, you pull up, but you see it just glides so smoothly, and the head makes it easy to go between your stitches, because what I'm doing is I'm going to turn this around so you can see it. If you look here, this is going to be, this is the first, folks. Look here, I'm going between, I'm trying to do this backwards, believe it or not. You go between this stitch here, your Tunisian knit stitch, you stab front to back. You grab your yarn right here and you pull it through like that. Okay, now to do a return pass, we're just going to say we did the return pass. Okay, we're at the end. We're going to do our return pass so you can see how this glides. So you just yarn over and you pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And this is how easy this thing just glides on the plastic. I'm impressed. So that's how it. And the nice thing about Tunisian, when you want to rip out, you just like this, and it comes right back, and voila. Okay, zoom it back out. There we go. Don't look at my hands because they're all bit up. I got into a nest of baby spiders. It's me again. So, I would recommend the Denise hooks. Okay, for in US dollars, those of you in the States, it's a great deal. It's a great company. I'm in Canada, so I had the exchange rate to deal with. But even with the exchange rate, it was still a good deal. Their shipping was very reasonable, and their customer service. I will pay a few extra dollars for something if the customer service from the company is there. They treated me, I mean, it's the first time I've ever bought from them. And they treated me as if I had been a customer for years. So I will definitely give Denise Hooks a 10 out of 10. That's or how does Alicia from Little John's, she does 5 yarn balls on a scale of 5 yarn balls. I give it 5 yarn balls. It's a great product. The Knitter's Pride Signature Mega Ball Winder, 5 out of 5. It's a great product. It's smooth. The reviews, and I have dealt with Knit Picks before. Their customer service, no question, they're awesome. I had a cable for my interchangeable options nickel plated set, and I could not get the key in through the hole. It must not have been drilled properly to tighten down my needle. I called them. I said, do you want me to send, I can send the other one back to you, you know, so you have the defective part. She goes, oh, don't worry about it. And they sent me out a new one. And they sent it express mail. So, again, both companies, thumbs up for me. Alright, so, are you guys ready to see the elf coat? And when I tell you, it's really big to work with. I can't wait till I start decreasing so it gets a little bit smaller. Because this is wide, but there's decreases. They're going to go on once I get the 26 rows of the waistband done. Then it starts to cinch in for my waist. I'm going to fold it in half. Okay. This is folded in half. Okay. I did the large size. Yes, I could probably got away with medium, but fiber. I did the large, and I'll just adjust the waistband as I'm doing it because I like things that are loose fitting and it's a coat. I'm going to show you something that I learned. This is a new stitch I learned and I love it. I think I'm going to use it in one of my next designs. I want to show you this. Can you see that stitch along here? That is called a linked double crochet. And if you notice, there's not much space between the double crochets. It's a beautiful stitch. I love it. It's a great stitch. This was done with a 3.25 small hook. The rest of the coat's being done in 6.5. This is done in 3.25. It's the only part of the coat where I use a regular crochet hook. The rest of it's all Tunisian. You can do this coat in, I think she said she had it done in single crochets or double crochets instead of doing Tunisian, but I wanted the challenge and I love the look of Tunisian. So that is a linked double crochet. It's a beautiful stitch. So that's something new Something new I learned. This has been a month of learning for me. I learned that, yes, with Tunisian, like knitting, there's a cast off or bind off row. I learned how to work with fringe. I posted a bunch of pictures up on Instagram of my shawl completely finished. From steam brushing the suri, and it all being blocked. I love it. It will get a lot of wear. I absolutely love it. So that's all I had for this video. I told you I'd get it up, so I did the review on the Knitter's Pride or Knit Pro Signature Mega Ball Winder, and also the Denise Original Interchangeables. And I hope you give a chance, you know, to expand your skills and give it a try. Now, you can buy they have a starter kit with Denise. They have all kind of different, they have what's called Denise to go, and it's a smaller, most common hooks in a little nice, beautiful little fabric pouch. So, give them a try. Who knows, maybe in the future, like I said, I have one finished product for Tunisian Crochet, and that was my void shawl, which was only my second project in Tunisian. The first one is my elf coat. I didn't start small with a scarf or a dishcloth Tunisian. I went right for a coat. That's just the way I do things. But I hope you guys like this video, and I do want to say we're over 500 subscribers. Just keep that in mind. I will talk to you all later. You have a great evening. I'm going to try to do a tutorial for one of the blocks for the Afghan. Hugs, smiles, happiness. Pass it on. Make the world a better place. It's Antoinette, 2 OGs hooking and stitching island style. Coming to you from Deer Island in the Bay of Fundy. Until next time.